All right, chat. As I've often said, the key to not being disappointed in life is going in with low expectations. So this next deck has a lot of really sweet cards in it, but it's also a little bit on the chonky side. I added a couple of Paradise Druids and cut a couple of the 4-drops, or initially even more 4-drops than this in this deck. I'm interested to see how this plays out. I feel like there's a good chance we just get run over in some of our games. Another thing to keep track of with Trail of Crumbs is, do we have enough food to support this card? I'm curious. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Beansy. Oh, you missed the bonus. I think you have to put hunters with the cheers all together, all one word. I appreciate it at any rate. So I'm interested to see if Trail of Crumbs has enough food in this deck. So let's go ahead and hop on into a constructed event with this and see how it goes. You're either very lucky, Zero, or you haven't been paying close enough attention. In my experience, it usually takes more than 1 million silver just to go from 12 to 16. What is the Hunter show about? I don't believe the cost depends on the stars. Lower stars take less silver. Oh, is that true? I guess that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess I really haven't 16'd many things that are less than 5 stars, because I was told that that was bad advice. This seems fine. We're on the draw. I have a scry. I have an accelerant. Oh, those were 4 Kiora sleeves. All right, we'll grab the Kiora sleeves. Hit the land right away. Ooh, someone on Twitter just had a good suggestion too, or a good thought too. That's probably true. A number of the cards on the historic list are good cube cards. I would be incredibly surprised if we don't have cube on Magic Arena in 2020. If we get cube on Arena, that's probably something we'll do on stream at some point. Cube, for people that aren't familiar, that's good to explain the jargon. Cube is a custom singleton limited format where you draft packs based on cards from a specific range of cards as opposed to just a block or a single set. Cube's different than normal limited. Part of the reason I don't play stock normal limited on this stream is because limited decks tend to be low powered on average and cube decks tend to be higher powered on average. So the actual gameplay tends to be more engaged. Can we get friends to play with as well? Well, you can do direct challenges. You could do direct challenges using 40 card decks now. So you could, I assume the cube draft will be asynchronous on here. So like we could have cube decks and like you can play against your friends via direct challenge with whatever cube deck they draft. Yes, from a programmatic standpoint, programming the different pieces of Power 9, it should be very trivial. So, like, we could even see a vintage or a power cube on Magic Arena this year. Like, from a what these cards do standpoint, it's very easy. Wow, they have been really unlucky on these light up the stages. This is how we could win this match if they get really unlucky. Correct, yes, there are some pieces of power already in the client from the preview event. That is correct. So I didn't trophy there because I don't want to give them lands. So Wicked Wolf into Tolsimir into Nightpack Ambusher here should be game over. Okay. Wow, that's aggressive. I want to kill the first striker now, I think. And then, so, killing another one of their things won't reduce the... if I kill this, it won't reduce their total number of attackers, but it would reduce their devotion. I should probably just kill this though, huh? So that way they need a land plus Embercleave. Wicked Wolf gets set up to block this since I have a food for my goose on turn 1. Nightpack triggers Tolsimir too, which is great. Yep. Although I probably want a Wicked Wolf next turn, right? Bump up the Heliod plus Owl deck. Sounds good, Bib. As a reminder to folks, by the way, because I want to announce it so we try and have some decent viewer count tomorrow, I will be streaming tomorrow as a thank you to everybody who checked out the raid sponsor we had last week. So we hit the install goal for that one. So we'll be doing a long stream tomorrow. Planning to do 2 Pioneer decks, a Historic deck, and then 2 to 3 Standard decks. I am explicitly not going to be streaming the special event that's going on tomorrow. Because doing so is far worse expected value for me personally than just doing my normal stream content. Oh, you know what? I should have played Wicked Wolf here, huh? Wicked Wolf would have fought 2 of these. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Panza. I'd be very surprised if they don't unsuspend Field of the Dead. If I'm being honest, I meant to cast this one, and I misclicked. We have a Rimrock Knight here, too. Okay, this kind of turn here could... I should have probably blocked with Nightpack Ambusher, too. That's fine, it's not a big deal. Are we done here? Every turn we pass, this will make a 3-3, which will gain 3 and fight something with this. And we have Trophy to take out the sword, so... You've achieved what this deck is trying to. You're not wrong. Feels good, man. Our Stone Rain is so powerful it can destroy Cleveland. Sorry I broke your sword. Have a land. Bajorky, thank you for re-upping that Prime for the second month. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Alright, I know I just gave you the land, but I'm taking it away. Yeah, I'm aware they were dead to attacks, but they weren't conceding, so I wanted to blow up their land. Come on now, Twitch chat, you know you wanted to see their land get destroyed. I've met you before, Twitch chat. That was what you wanted. We just want to drag the curve down here. I don't need to bring in... I often bring in Despark in this matchup, but you know, with Trophy in this deck too, I probably don't need to bring in as many. Just one's probably fine. The person with Tron in their username doesn't want to blow up lands. Soot looks awkward in this deck. Why? We only have 6 creatures that die to it. Can you explain why you feel Soot is awkward? And I guess I boarded in a couple more. How do you run Arena on Linux? My friend is having issues getting his to run in Wine. So there is a tool on Linux called Lutris. And what Lutris is a wrapper for Wine that like automatically does all of the little like tricky things you need to do to get some applications to run. So if you look up Lutris and install that, there will be you'll just click a button and say install Arena via Lutris basically. Yeah, Lutris, spelled exactly like that. And like, even this here is a good example of why Soot's fine in this deck. Like, that was a 2-for-2, right? And that 2-for-2 was good for me. Super happy with that exchange. Oh, so that one's gotta go. Can't let them attack and play our wolves later. Robber is an incredibly feels bad card. I'm not even wealthy, stop it. Stop robbing me, I'm voting for Bernie Sanders, I swear. This is smart on the opponent's part here. They elected not to play Robber of the Rich because they saw I had Ritual of Soot, or they elected not to play their Fervent Champion just yet because they saw I had Ritual of Soot. Why shock in there when you could have gotten a basic? Because I missed it. In my head, this was a tap land. Want to fetch my second white here. I'm going to fetch Plains and then cast this to start. This way I can hold up Assassin's Trophy still. So we're at a virtual 7 with this food, so not just dead, especially with the trophy to defend our creature as well. So we'll block this, they'll play Ember Cleave, we'll trophy the cleave, we'll eat their creature. Ashiok does not stop your opponent from searching with Ghost Quarter. Read Ashiok. I don't know the legalities of something surrounding that, Son of Sam. There's like extra rules that apply to political fundraising. I also don't want to do like another donation stream super soon. Also, there's a big difference between doing something like for something like St. Jude and something for a political candidate. Between the bonus stream and the couple of sponsored segments I've done the last couple of weeks, like next week, I'm going to take it a little bit easier in terms of schedule. It's been a busy last couple of weeks for me, content-wise. Gotta watch the owl suit, right? So, dead to a few things here. Does leaving Wicked Wolf back play around anything? Is there anything that kills me for attacking with Wicked Wolf that doesn't kill me regardless? I don't think there is, right? Like, there aren't any ground haste creatures that attack for 3. Yeah, it would have to be light up the stage plus double haste creature. I think I'm going to attack them, so this way they're dead through a blocker next turn. So the upside to attacking with both is if they draw a creature here, they're dead. So. Scampering Scorcher is a card that exists. Yeah, not very likely for him to be playing, though. Yeah, there's the Phoenix that they could draw that could kill me, but I can't block that anyways. Sweet. Okay, well that was one of our first questions, right? One of the things I said to start was, do we just get run over by Mono Red? And they stumbled in the first game, but they had a pretty good start in the second game. And we were able to come through. Awesome, Redlocks. Yeah, I'd be happy to play another Sultai variation when you get to work on it a bit more. Billiam, thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So I was actually thinking about increasing the volume of historic content I plan to do next week, but I think with the historic anthology coming up on the 12th, I'm gonna just continue to do 5 Pioneer decks a week next week too, and like get through the Pioneer queue, and then when the new anthology drops, then we'll do a bunch of historic. I think that probably makes the most sense. Mill deck, eh? Because with it releasing on the 12th, That's what, like a week and a half? Yeah, it's a week and a half. I could probably be through most of the Pioneer decks in the queue by then. We'll eat this food and activate Trail this turn, I think. Yes, we should get Ranked Historic back on the 12th when those cards release, I believe. Okay, I'll take the legal target. So, I feel like Ritual of Soot probably isn't very good in this matchup anyways. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and trade it for these here. So that way when I start deploying my 3-power things, I don't just get stonewalled by their X4s. I think it's probably fine. Glad I prioritized using my Fabled Passage. Okay, so I need to kill both of these to keep their Ashiok alive. Even if they put down a blocker, I have a trophy. I do rush in Spoon. And I think unsuspending Field and Historic is actually a good thing. I think we have appropriate tools to fight Field of the Dead. I think between Embercleave and Questing Beast, and now even control decks have Dream Trawler now to give them a real chance against... When is Red-Black Pyromancer supposed to be? My plan is to play 2 Pioneer decks tomorrow, and then 1 Pioneer deck each day next week. And I'll keep playing 1 Pioneer deck a day probably until either the queue's empty or we hit March 12th with the new Historic cards. So when exactly will it be? It'll depend on what points it's at. Yes, yeah, there's a number of combo decks in this format that like kind of laugh at Field of the Dead as well. I don't think I can justify trophying this Merfolk. As annoying as it is. That's actually a really good draw, because it means when their 0-4 blocks my 3-3, I get to flash in the Nightpack Ambusher and then eat their 4-4. Just gives all my wolves 1-1. I would love it if they unbanned Oko. I feel like because Oko's banned in other formats, though, they're pretty unlikely to unsuspend him in Historic. I think hoping for Field of the Dead is more realistic than hoping for Oko. Boo. Down to 24 cards in our deck. So they ban Breach when they unban Field of the Dead. I don't know. I think there are good arguments for banning Breach though. Should have said please, yep. I think Mox Amber and Underworld Breach are both cards that will eventually break with something else. I also firmly believe, though, that, like, Kisa's combo is a fine deck to have in the format. Kisa's combo is easier to interact with, has worse mana, and is less linear than the Breach builds. I think having some combo in non-rotating formats is a good thing. I think having the formats be dominated by combo is a bad thing. I view combo like I view cheesecake. Cheesecake's delicious, but if I had it for every meal, I'd probably get sick of it. Sounds good, Toxic Chip. That'll get added at the end of the stream today. I would. Too much of a good thing is bad. How much are build-arounds? Build-arounds for arena formats are always 25. Yeah, there's only 18 cards left in my deck. I think I actually have to trophy this so I can start attacking them. Need to actually end the game. Silly X4s. Probably should have swallowed my pride and done that earlier, honestly. No. Hey, 12 cards in my deck, got a 3-turn clock in play. Let's go. Let's go. Do 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 do. Wow. It's like a mill card that's like kind of not a mill card. Oh no. We're down to 6 cards in deck, chat. I don't know that we're gonna win. We need more threats. Are there threats left in my deck? The geese are threatening. They wish they were threatening. If this doesn't find a threat, I'm not taking a card. Yep, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. All right, this is it, chat. These are our threats. We know what these cards are. I don't have time to alt Vraska. Correct. We're done casting spells if they have a card in hand. Can't afford to run into another one of their thought collapses or didn't say pleases. They have a lot of draws here that just win the game for them. Alright, brick. Yeah, it's fine, right? No big deal. We're going the distance. We're going ball speed. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright. 2 points of life left effectively. Eked it out. Agonizing Remorse sounds great. Tithe Taker sounds great. Ritual of Soot does not sound terribly great. I probably want to cut Trail of Crumbs, huh? What do we think of this? Casualties is probably slow. This is probably slow too, huh? Let's bring in Thrashy B. Try this. This would be so good if one of these made green mana. Unfortunately, neither do. It's a sneepa keepa doo 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 sneepa keepa doo 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 doo. I agree, Marty. New cards are exciting. I don't even know what we're gonna do with ourselves when we get like 100 new historic cards with Jumpstart this summer. Like just 20 sweet cards is great. When we get like hundreds at once, like, I'm not gonna know what to do with my hands. So even though they just played an 0-4, I'm pretty sure we lead on Tithe Taker here, so that's why they can't hold up a 3-mana counterspell. Yeah, you're not wrong, Marty. Like, it is 20 playable cards is like a new set. Is very accurate. Yeah, they spoiled the next 20 cards for the Historic Anthology too. You can find them on my Twitter, !historic in chat. Ha! Got him! How was Boros Fires this morning? I mean, we played Pioneer, so how do you think the set of Pioneer went? Based on the last 2 weeks of Pioneer, what would your estimation of how the morning playing Pioneer went? Probably wonderfully. You shut your mouth, Marty. We went 5-0s. Yes, that is definitely what happened. Oh, no. Why not play the Vraska since he's always working towards alt? Yeah, it's probably a fine idea. Ooh. That's nice, though. It's very nice. Pino Graham, thank you for the 3/4 of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Inverter beat 4-color cat pretty handily. No duh. Inverter has better disruption and is harder to interact with than cat combo. The Pioneer ban list is a bad joke. Yes, that is true. That is true. The deck we played just wasn't very powerful. We lost to decks that weren't even combo decks. OTR Heathen, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. I believe that any mention of Pioneer makes it mandatory to include the word dumpster fire. Math checks out on that one. Hey, Black Spider, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. It's a joke, but I'm not laughing. Silly opponent, you activated my trap card. Yeah, I think if they, I don't know, if they hadn't blocked Make a Foodie with Vraska's probably fine. Clearing out blockers is appealing with their Ashiok in hand, though, because I want to be able to pressure their Planeswalker next turn. Thanks for the 14 months, Sheriff Wiggles. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm just going to eat nothing again for the time being. I'm going to hold the food for the Wicked Wolf. Hey, Binko Sue. Thanks for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. Sure. Are they dead? They're pretty close to dead, right? This is 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So can't quite kill them this turn, but can get real close. So we'll just kill their Ashiok, hit them for a bunch. I'm fine with Watsy killing Pioneer through an activity because the MC Joe client is trash and Historic is prettier. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. If you told me I had to pick between just Pioneer being good or just Historic being good, I'd definitely pick Historic personally. I prefer playing Magic Arena to Magic Online. There's no reason they both can't be good, but Arena's definitely far more elegant and smooth. Let the goose get in there for the final blows. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic and other strategy games full-time here on Twitch. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without the support of all my wonderful subs, so I'd like to thank all of them, as always, for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code HOAGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Grimoire Deck Boxer would like to help you carry and protect your cards in style with their custom wooden deck boxes. They come in all sizes, ranging from ones like this that hold up to 300 sleeve cards to smaller individual ones and bigger ones that can hold up to 800 cards. Their Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. They focus primarily on Magic's larger formats like Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy. You can find their streaming coverage every month at twitch.tv/NRG Series. And of course, inkedgaming.com will help you customize your gaming experience. If you head over to inkedgaming.com/Jeff, you can save a little bit on your orders there of custom gaming gear. And of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
hey, Dr. Jones, thanks for the 17 months. Welcome back. Sure. Is there a story to go with the vegetable guy? It's just there's a website called Fiverr where people like post you can pay them to make specific types of content. And that dude had a posting that he would say what you wanted him to say with his background and costume. So the fruit costume is sweet. Ready to put mask on a creature with all that glitters? Oh yeah, baby. 10 out of 10. I mean, to be fair, Sajad, we're probably gonna get run over with this hand. I don't know that, like, I wouldn't fault someone for mulliganing it. This deck's pretty clunky overall, though. Yeah, we're just like super dead here, right? I guess I'm about the Wicked Wolf and Tolsimir are both like really good. So like we're taking another big chunk here, but I get to do this. Hey, cool APC. Thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Like Wicked Wolf into Tolsimir might get us out of this. We'll see. We are at 8. That probably means we're dead. Worth noting that even though they only paid 3 mana for this, it does still have a converted mana cost of 4. So the converted mana cost is always the number printed in the corner, so Vraska cannot kill Spawn of Mayhem. Nice, Drunk Owl. Yeah, I'm probably gonna crack. I think I have like a dozen blue shards right now. Might pick up some extras. Oh gosh, we went to 2/2, so I can't Tolsimir. Yeah. Yeah, but was on the play and like my keep was slow. So definitely deserved to die there. I'm gonna again just kind of do what we did and pull our curve down against the aggressive deck. This might honestly be an okay Tithe Taker matchup, just for like the fact that it's like an alright body. Just like get a couple of them in here so we have more plays before turn 3. Let's try this. Yeah, and it like chump blocks twice, which is nice. If we sweep it away, it gives us a token, which is decent. Sure. So I think because I'm accelerating to a 4-drop anyways, I'm gonna go tapped land on 1, tapped land goose on 2. And then we can Wicked Wolf on 3. Thrashing Brontodon sounds great. Definitely better than a random card, I think, here. No, turn 1 plays really good for us. Hopefully they play like a 2-power 2-drop and we get to Wicked Wolf and get pretty far ahead here. Alright, so I think we just Wicked Wolf, eat the Midnight Reaper here. I mean, we beat Mono Red in the first match of the set. Like, our keep the first game here was like super clunky and couldn't keep up with an aggro deck, but like, when we know what we're playing against and can mulligan accordingly, like, I think we have a real shot. We have a lot of good tools for the aggressive matchup. Both Wicked Wolf and Tolsimir are a huge beating for these aggro decks. Yeah, that's the one, Ziggs. They show up fairly often. Like, I looked over the deals page, and, like, I knew how much money I wanted to spend for the month, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna wait for this one to show up. Which is the appropriate way to buy deals. Don't impulse buy deals. It's a good way to overspend. Set your target and pick one that you want to get if you have spending money, and then get the one that you decided to get. I think standalone sets are fine. I do kind of wish we would have gotten more adventure cards, though. Like, I kind of feel like I like the adventure mechanic. I would have liked to see more cards with it. I don't know what I want to do here. I think there's merit to do a couple different things. I think I'm going to Thrashing Brontodon and just attack with the Wolf. I don't like buying chickens in Raid Wolfie, because while they do save you time, you can just like level up things by grinding. I like buying the skill tomes because they're hard to get otherwise. You have to like get skill tomes from like special events mostly. You miss full blocks. Yeah, I don't really, as someone who doesn't play limited, like full blocks versus not in the story, like that doesn't really matter to me personally. Yes, yeah, the battle pass is 100% the best dollar to stuff ratio in Raid. If you have a smaller budget, that should be the first and only thing you get. This is an excellent draw. I can just eat food on demand with Wicked Wolf here as well, which is great. Thrashing Brontodon hanging out means I'm insulated from an Embercleave here and can just slowly beat them down. Think I just block here. So the problem with getting the battle pass in the last week is you miss the weekly rewards because there's different weekly things you can do. I think I'm supposed to chump block here. And I think, is it crazy? I feel like it's not, it might have been wrong even. I think I should have. Yeah, but you'd have to do them all in the last week, catch-up fights. They said they want to get it, like, in the last week. I think I maybe was supposed to eat a food last turn and hit them for one more. Like, put them to 6. I think could have been a good line here. Hey, nice, Dr. Mr. Bunny. That's the new RPG game, right? I think I just take Vraska here. I'm gonna kill this. And then honestly, I think I'm just attacking with both of these, huh? Like they're at 6. Like they have to chump block this, otherwise they die to me eating the food. And like this puts them to 3 otherwise. Oh, you can progress the weeklies without the gold pass. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that seems fine then. I think they were dead to Soot. Oh, that's a good catch, because Soot wouldn't have killed this, right? Yeah, it's a really good catch. The Soot would have done 3 to them, and then this would have killed them by attacking for up to 6. Hopefully we don't get punished and die here. If they have a way to kill Thrashing Brontodon, Rankle makes me sacrifice Wicked Wolf, so we could die here. Wicked Wolf doesn't die to Ritual of Soot, it's a 4-drop. Hopefully whatever blocker they put out here dies to Soot, so I can make the play I should have made last turn. Okay. That's true. If they're the flashy 3-1, we're in trouble. They are gaining priority, but they have castle here, so they could just be gaining it from that. Sweet. All right, no punish. That was the easy game, remember? We were on the plate for that game, so I got to try and win a little bit more challenging game on the draw. I think I'm happy with how I sideboard. I'm just going to go ahead and run it back. Is this on the ladder? This is not. So you can always tell if we're playing on the ladder. There'll be a rank symbol in the corner. We're going to play Temur Adventures, the second standard deck today, on the ladder to see if I can spike our way into the top 1200. But Temur Adventures will be our last chance at top 1200 this month. Yeah, they said the historic ladder would come back every season, Mikey. So it would make sense that we get it back when they... It would make sense that we get it back when they add this new set. So they have a Thrashing Brontodon, so they could play a land, attack us. Wow, really? Okay. Okay, I guess they just want to be able to attack, trade, and play Brontodon next turn. So do I want to Mortify Robber of the Rich here so they can't play Brontodon on me? I kind of feel like that's the case, and then I can just play like Nightpack Ambushers the following 2 turns. I don't actually know offhand when IQR release is. Does anybody know? April makes sense. Probably like end of April. So this, oh, I'm dumb. I let them attack. I was thinking they don't get the trigger, but they do get to cast this Brontodon, right? So I gave them a free Brontodon here. I was trying to be cute, and I got punished for being cute. That's fine. Hopefully the 3-4 doesn't matter with our Nightpack Ambushers, but this is a scotch awkward, and that's totally my fault. Oh, mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. Really? They're just straight up not... Okay. All right, if they don't have Cleave, we're in an okay spot. If they have Cleave, we're dead. But you know, never not dead to Cleave. Okay, this should mean no Cleave, because if they had it, they'd jam. Sure, guard yourself. We might just be able to pivot and kill them here if they don't peel a sword this turn. Okay. Fair. It also lets them lifelink. That's super unfortunate. Now, seeing a little bit of awkwardness here. With this and the rest of our deck being mostly sorcery speed. Oh, I'm so dumb. They can bump this twice. In my head, that was a 6. That's fine. We're probably dead anyways. There was a Ritual of Soot on top of my deck. We could maybe get back in it, but... Ugh. We're 2-1 now. This is the next one. Sultai Flash. What format was that? That was RNA standard, right? I feel like that was RNA standard because it had Reclamation, right? It might have been War. Maybe we still played it in War. It was definitely in RNA standard. We might have continued to play it in War. Sure. Let me go Trail on 2, crack my food, draw a card on 3. Fibble D Fip, eh? Yikes. Alright, well, let's draw lands for the next couple of turns here, maybe, huh? That would be ideal. We did not, Marty. I made a bonehead block. And died when I didn't need to. No guarantee that we win, but like, definitely made a bad block. Like, made a block that left me dead to the onboard activations. Yikes! Land? Well, I mean, before we edited this deck, this was originally another 4-drop, so like, at least we found a castable spell there, I guess. Alright, bring on the goons. Need that 26 land, you're not wrong. Yeah, they might be playing some kind of Lumbering Battlement deck. They could just be like a blue-white Thassa deck, too. They don't necessarily have Lumbering Battlement. Let's hit this. Now, there's a little bit of danger in playing this trophy because it does unlock their second blue source. They could very well be an Agent of Treachery deck, potentially. Gross. This is gonna eat my golem.
Stand by and watch. I've got it.
Let's get wolves going first here, I think. Maybe they'll play a better creature next turn that I can kill.
We are the apex predators.
We are the apex predators. Speaking of apex predators, I'm gonna hunt down an Uncrustable here real quick. BRB. Well, I can tell my teeth must be moving because this latest Invisalign tray is much harder to take out than the previous one was. And my front teeth really hurt, chat. They're very sore.
Cannot run or hide.
Probably need to trophy the Conqueror's Death here. Otherwise, it gets to get set up with a loop with the Cavalier Dawn. Yeah, I started a new tray Wednesday night. For people who are new to the stream or perhaps aren't always around, I'm currently doing some T3 alignment to straighten out my crookedness. Thanks for your Twitch Prime to fix my teeth. It was something we couldn't quite afford growing up. It was like something silly like $5,000 to get the whole plan done. Dream Trawler, probably dead. Probably dead. Any reason to wait on casualties there? Yeah, I'd rather kill a creature with the casualties, I think. Well, that's not really a creature I can kill. Yeah, I just can't beat Dream Trawler. Agonizing Remorse seems good. I unfortunately missed the fact during deck editing that this build did not have a way to interact with Dream Trawler in it. So the fact that our 6 mana cards here don't interact with Dream Trawler seems real bad for us. You basically just like can't beat that card. What kind of information are you looking for with a Beard command, Kevin? We hit the St. Jude goal. When are we dying? I don't know yet. My schedule's hectic, and I have to take it takes like 4 or 5 hours to get it done because they have to bleach it. It's not a fast process. Nah, pro tip. Don't put chemicals on your face in your own home. Go pay a professional to do that. So the only reason I'm doing it now, Waffle, is for the medical benefit. So if your teeth are straight, they are easier to take care of. There are less places where food can get caught up in, so you are less likely to get cavities. It's easier to floss and things like that. Yeah, it's 2020. Of course I have an electric toothbrush. We actually had a sponsorship with Quip Toothbrush at one point on stream. Sold a bunch of toothbrushes. I think I'm gonna decline attacking for 2 here. Did I play a land yet this turn? I think I did, right? No, I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna crack this now just in case we get a land and want to play it. Wicked Wolf. Yeah, let's get Wicked Wolf. No, I doubt Quip's gonna come up again. They're a good product though. So if you're looking for a toothbrush, picking up a Quip's a fine thing to do. They're relatively cheap. I think they're like 25 bucks or something like that. Did I play Passage that turn? I don't remember. Like, obviously, if I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't have said, oh, I didn't. So to answer your question, I don't know. To answer the question, this game needs a game log. Ain't that the truth? And before anybody tells me that there's third-party tools that track whether or not you've played a land in a turn, that's not the point. The game needs a game log. Speaking of game logs, Epic Card Game, which we're going to wrap up with later this afternoon, they're a project made by a small indie company. So naturally, their release, which has a mobile client already as well, has a full game log that's easily accessible in their client. Did they say why Jetharin? Because from my research before I took the sponsorship with them, they all the things said that they were fine. They're recommended by plenty of people. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat their 2/2 here. Yeah, they're the 10th dentist when they say 9 out of 10. What is in their hand? No, I am a fan of my quip. Yeah, you're fine. Someone in chat said that their dentist told them to stay away from quip. And that's the brush I've been using since I've had that sponsorship. I haven't had any issues with it. I'm also very fortunate that I've never had any dental issues personally. I guess I had my wisdom teeth removed, but I've never had a cavity. Knock on wood in my 29 years of life. I'm kind of surprised they're bouncing Nightpack Ambusher here, because their out is a sweeper, right? So they should probably bounce my Golem so they can sweep the board.
Let's try this.
Quip Soul ad campaign is there's no magic brush or toothpaste, it's just about good habits. That's true. One of the things the Quip brush does is it has an alert that tells you when to stop brushing. They should bounce the wolf so I can't make it indestructible. Yeah. I loaded up this deck and I have almost all foils for it. Can I make some whale noises? We need an electric toothbrush that automatically connects to your Twitter and mocks you if you don't brush daily. Oh, shame. 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 Yeah, it seems fine. Alright. I'm gonna just play Temple. Try and dig for some more lands here. And we can play Druid on 2. Never been to a dentist in your 24 years of life? Ever commented on the final season of Game of Thrones? Yeah, it was fine. Christy and I did finish it. It was fine. Maybe a little bit rushed. I don't know. My thresholds for TV are pretty low. Speaking of TV shows, I watched most of the Pokemon movie that just came out on Netflix with Jacob yesterday. He watched the whole thing. I watched like bits and pieces while I was like straightening up. It was pretty reasonable. I think I'm gonna lean on Agonizing Remorse here, just in case they have a veto. Planner Cleansing. Is it crazy to just take Thassa here? No, not Detective Pikachu. There was a direct to Netflix, a Netflix original movie that they put out. It is the CG did look weird. When the animation style I felt like came really close to like the Uncanny Valley. I feel like they might have ended up on the wrong side of that. Delink, thank you for the 2 months. It was like the original movie. Was it a full remake of the original movie? I know it was all of the OG Pokemon. I don't remember the original movie enough. Morning, Admiral. Alright, so what do I want to do? I kind of think I'm just like playing Nightpack Ambusher this turn. I guess I could play Trail of Crumbs. I think I'm just gonna play this tapped and play Nightpack Ambusher this turn. The thing I'm most excited for with the historic spoilers is that the list of cards that they've included seems to imply that they're gonna unban Field of the Dead, which would be great. I really would like to play with Field of the Dead. I miss Yarok Field, chat. Alright, I'm gonna lead on this, and then hopefully Goose is going to draw us a food so we can cast Maverick again. What about Oko? I would be fine with an Oko unban. I think it's unlikely, though. I think people are very hurt by Oko, and Wizards tends to like to pander to people who complain, and I think people would complain too much about Oko, even if it was fine.
The hero thing before.
What's going on, Ninja? Thanks for the 6 months. Welcome back. Bring back Once Upon a Time. Nope, stop it. Once Upon a Time and Veil of Summer should be shift deleted for Magic. They're rancid cards with rancid designs. Please, please delete. Yeah, this trade's probably bad. I think restricted lists are stupid and we shouldn't use them. I think restricted lists are confusing to explain to new players and they are never an appropriate solution for cards that are not okay. In my opinion.
I'll protect you.
Yep, I am Socio Penguin. In fact, starting on March 12th, we're gonna do Historic every day for a couple of weeks after the new anthology drops. So super pumped to do Historic. I should be, that's like a week and a half from now, so I should be through most of my Pioneer backlog. So I'll probably put, if they haven't fixed Pioneer by then or changed Pioneer, I'll probably put Pioneer on a little bit of a back seat and focus on Historic for a bit. Hey, Krigifer, thanks for the 19 months. Welcome back. Hope you feel better. Yes, ranked Historic should return on the 12th. They said that it would return mid-season. It makes sense to return it when they add new cards for it. So, do I want to down-tick Garruk? I think that's the plan. It stops them from drawing cards. And then I can send these at Teferi.
No more games.
And then I'm going to shock this in so I can make a food. Nah, I think your first statement that no one cares about vintage balance is accurate. If anybody actually cared about vintage balance, workshops would have been banned forever ago. We'll agree to disagree on that front. Listen, at some point, the workshops deck will eventually be 4 workshops and then 56 restricted cards. Because that's the direction they want that format to go in. Yes, they've announced all, for people that weren't here earlier, they've announced the new cards for Historic. You can find the list on my Twitter, along with the source. Yeah, but like, Trinisphere is a rancid, miserable card. That doesn't mean they should just play Trinisphere less often. It means they should ban Trinisphere. I think the idea that like, this thing's miserable, we should restrict it instead of banning it is silly. Like, don't make the miserable thing happen less often. Just get rid of it. Yeah, really sweet list of cards. And the list of cards, too, are a lot of cards that will be sweet in Cube Draft. So I bet we see a Cube on Arena before the end of the year. Would bet my bottom dollar. Guy Fieri Ball, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. think we just do this.
We are the apex predators.
Yes, restricting nonsense adds an incredible amount of variance to the game. Agree. Gobble gobble. The old planner cleansing numero dos. Sometimes they just want it more than you, chat, and that's okay. That's okay. It's okay if they want it more than you. That's been fine. We've only been playing for 90 minutes, 30 digits. This is only our 4th match with it, I think, or 5th match. Usually I play decks for about 90 minutes. And we're dead. So I feel like this deck exceeded my expectations with regards to its aggressive matchup. The mix of Wicked Wolf and Tolsimir and a little bit of acceleration and Ritual of Soot felt like if we mulliganed appropriately, we could be relatively competitive against decks like Mono Red. However, as that last match showed, I feel like the top end payoff for this deck just isn't really good enough in this format. These kind of like value oriented cards like this just don't go big enough to like keep up with Dream Trawlers and Planner Cleansings and stuff like that. And I feel like there are a lot of decks in this format, Agent of Treachery, that are going to be able to just like thoroughly go up over the top of this. So I think you could definitely make this reasonable against the aggressive decks with the Food plus Wicked Wolf package. I think on average, like the mid-range decks in this format and Reclamation decks are going to just end up going way bigger than what you're able to put together. All right, we've got one more standard deck today before we roll on into a sponsored Epic segment to wrap things up. We are going to play some Temur Adventures as one last, where did it go? Temur Breach Temur. We're going to play some Temur Adventures as one last attempt to see if I can spike our way up the Mythic ladder to qualify for the thing next month. If we miss it, we miss it. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while I get everything flipped over and get my client restarted. I also need to brush my teeth and put my Invisalign back in. We'll be back in about 3 minutes with some Temur Adventures. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.